What would it be like to run some of the coolest Hondas ever?
Our job as parents is to embarrass the hell out of her.
So what do we have here, babe? What happened?
Staying warm. Their outdoor wood boiler. 3 3-wheelers and a little 4-wheeler? Haha, this is gonna be awesome. Definitely makes Mr. Brian's Amazing World that much more amazing. Just when you think you can't get any sexier, I tell you. Awesome stuff. Have a great day, everyone.
Hey everybody, welcome to Mr. Brian's Amazing World. Today, showcasing our 1967 Gitchner Military Tool trailer. And we want to thank all our servicemen and women out there. And this particular trailer here, it's seen some service. It does have a bullet wound here, or at least ricochet, and it's signed inside by Company D. I think that's really cool. I'd love to hear any kind of story they may have on that. Let's see, picked this up because our personal work trailer is falling apart. It's junk and needed something a little different. The one we have is about a 6x10 and you can walk inside of it. This one is, well, I'm taller than it, so everything's going to be inside and we pull it out as opposed to going in to get it. With this, extra tall tires, probably 33s I believe, and the roads around here are now horrendous, so you almost need military equipment just to drive on them. Let's see, this thing, I'll give you the badge here, and it's kind of neat. You don't find very many of these. Luckily enough, we have one. We have a title for it. I switched the lights from 24 volts to 12 volts. And with that, we added a new wire up in the front and added a separate circuit going with, instead of a 4-plug to, well, actually, I think this was like some 10-plug odd military one for 24 volt. But now we have a 7-pin and a whole separate charging circuit to run power to charge other things in here. Basically batteries and whatnot. We have a pintle hook on the front, and it doesn't even need a jack for it. It doesn't weigh that much. You can pick it up and move it around yourself. It pivots very, very well because of that, and based on what it is. It has these brakes right here, which lock each wheel individually, so you can lock it in position so it doesn't go anywhere. Spot for your jerry can. Kind of neat to get one of those. But let me show you what this looks like inside here. You pop that open, and it's got a lot of room in there for all kinds of stuff, and it's got the gull-wing door, and I mean I can hang my tools right on the wall. Has a compartment up there for some more stuff. Now these were used, again, here's where it was signed by Armory Company D. I think that's really cool from the bullet, and when I redo this I'm going to make sure to leave that in there. And I won't fill that dent in either. I think that's really cool to have. Kind of shows the history and what everything is. Another little spot. Got the first aid kit and some string and other things. Now the table saw, we're kind of really upgrading everything to battery technology, and that's the goal here. So with that new wiring, I'm going to come up and have a whole charging station probably up in here. I don't know. Haven't quite figured that out yet. But as we come around, I mean, you see the one side like that. Let's pop this side here, and you get up in here, and we have a shelf on this side. More things to attach things. I had a grinder in here before, that's why all these grinding wheels are over here. And then that thing, well, looks like squares in here, just little things, and you can get into this side of that other compartment as well. And it has the back doors which open up, which make this thing really neat that it opens up and you can get to everything. Now originally there was a generator right here on a platform that slid out on these rails here. However, we decided, you know what, we don't need that. Well, actually it wasn't in here anymore, so we're upgrading things and we're moving along. Get through this, there we go. And we moved on to this thing, and this is going to power whatever we need to charge batteries and run things. Check out our other videos. We did a showcase on this, and it's a great little generator. So we have these reels here. Not sure how we want to use them yet, whether we want to have an air line going for it or run electrical lines. Probably one for each just to get us into a house, and then we could split from there. I mean, we do finished carpentry work for the most part, so we don't need a whole lot of power, but we do need, well, a lot of tools, and we hopefully can fit everything in here. I had a 6-foot step ladder up in here before and closed this no problem. And really, we just have to figure out where we're going to put a couple chop saws, and we're moving up with battery technology for that. So, well, we're going to need a charging station, a lot of batteries, and it'd be interesting to see how we make this all work. And I hope you're liking this and follow along, and please subscribe. We'll show you what this turns into as we move along. And, well, again, thank you for our military. And surprisingly, I don't know why people aren't still making these. This thing is solid 1/8" steel. It's awesome. I mean, it's bulletproof. Right here's the proof of that. And when I got this top was leaking. The rubber was shot. Pulled this apart and got new rubber strips. Put that in, and man, she's ready to go. It's kind of neat to have the gull wings. I mean, if I'm standing under here and it's raining, I still have coverage. So, it's kind of neat. Everything's dry. And right here, you just grab it and take it out. You're not having to walk inside anymore to go get something. So hopefully this all works out, and we'll see what it turns into. And I hope you guys like this. I really do. I couldn't wait to showcase this one. It's really, really, really a neat little rig. And when it's all opened up, it looks so cool. Just need a little advertising on the side. Well, today I'm cleaning out my 1967 Gitchner Military Tool Trailer. It's a Pioneer Tool Trailer, I guess you would call it. Now, this thing, they dropped these from airplanes in Vietnam and built bridges. They were full of tools. It still has the hooks to be parachuted into somewhere. There'd be a jerry can here full of water or gas. Has brakes, hand brakes to lock the wheels. Really neat. Pintle hook. Kind of cool. You could pick this whole front end up very easily. You don't need a jack or anything. Moves around by yourself. It's 4 feet by 8 feet. And as you can see, one of the coolest parts are the gull wing tops. So, neat part about that is when it's raining, I just come stand under here if I have to, and I'm still protected. And I can get to what I need. Store all the tools that I need in here. And that was kind of a mess, and I finally figured, okay, let me take this out, clean it out, and show you guys what it's like, because I get a lot of questions about this trailer. And it's great. It's, I mean, just the right setup. Still has its little plaque right here. And I find that really kind of neat. Date 1967. And this thing used to have a couple, it had a generator that would sit here that would pull out. And I mean, obviously these reels for air hoses are extension cords. I haven't actually figured out if I want to use those yet. They're just still here in case I decide to. But every other little thing, it's had its perks to the way I set this up. Things I've done to it. I obviously painted it because, you know, it needed that. I'll show you how this works. Here. I mean, it's a heavier lid, but you can hold it single-handedly and close it. It actually looks like a smoker or a barbecue as you're cruising down the road. But it's just the right size and just the right weight. I think the whole thing is 3,000 pounds, and it's running on military tires, so that works great. Especially for job sites or wherever you go, there's crappy grounds to it. Now, this thing came about because I have some rental properties that I deal with, and, well, I can have everything I need right in here to do just about everything at a rental property. And that's big, big help for me. So here we are with today's project. This is our 1967 Gitchner Military Pioneer Tool Trailer. We did a showcase on this before, and it's a pretty darn neat little trailer. It's a little bit unique. A couple people use these things for barbecues because of the way they open up. I mean, they have gull wing style doors to them. And this is really the perfect little trailer for me to use for work. And I really like it. I mean, it's 1/8" steel. It has been shot before, and they signed it on the inside. So this thing is bulletproof and just super cool and super unique. So I'm going to paint this sucker up. I've been waiting to do that for quite some time. And, well, today is the day. So follow along and let's make this thing look pretty. And then we're going to put some advertising on another time. And, well, we did another video showcasing this with me. You might want to check that out. You might like that one too. All right, well, we got the red done. And, I mean, it's looking pretty good here. We taped this off. And now we're going to paint the bottom part black.
And basically, I mean, you can see how awesome this thing is for holding tools. It just holds everything right where you need them. But this little thing, this is my handy dandy cover up my reflectors. So rather than try to tape all these off, I'll just move this around right before I spray it. And well, works pretty slick. So, you know, it's coming along. Taping these wheels is a real pain. A lot of people will paint their wheels, but they don't tape them, and nothing looks worse than wheels that aren't taped. So I caught all my overspray, and I think I'm going to paint all these nuts black. Maybe even paint the center cap black just to contrast it, add a little extra pop. And I was hoping to have enough to paint these fenders red, but I used up everything I have, so the bottom's all going to be black. And we're moving along. It's pretty cool getting there. All right, well, the black is done, and looks kind of shiny. Even touched up these lug nuts a little bit just to give it that little extra pop. And now all I got to do is pull the tape and clear coat it. And you don't want this tape to sit too long, or else it'll stick too much to what you're doing. Hopefully we get a nice sharp line through there. Oh, that looks cool. As we creep across. Ah, missed it. Ta-da! Ta-da. Yeah, that's perfect. Exactly the look I'm after right there. That looks really cool. All right, we're getting there. We're moving along. And yeah, even painted up the front of the frame. Made sure I taped off all the electrical stuff, because nothing's worse than when you have paint all over your wires and everything. So, there you go. Ta-da! There it is in all its glory, all painted up and looking sharp. Basically, the only thing I have left to do is the lettering on there. Still not sure if I even want to paint these old military lights. I kind of like them the way they are. I guess I can get rid of my cap there. Works great. But, that's awesome. What a difference. And the little touches, like painting these lug nuts, kind of makes all the little difference here. I'll peel that sticker soon. But, wow. That is so cool. I'm excited. What a difference. Now it's something that, as far as driving around and advertising your work and showing off what you do, people are going to remember this trailer, especially when it pulls up on your property and at your job. They'll be like, wow, yeah, you have that guy. And it's unique and it's going to stick out. Great advertising. Really cool. And hey, it's painted and done. It looks a lot better than camouflage. Ready for its next life here. Let's put it to work. And I'll show you everything that we have going on inside of it. I have some other videos about that. It's really, really neat. All right, well, today we are working on our trailer here. And this is a 1967 Gitchner Pioneer Military Tool trailer. Basically, they threw these things out of airplanes and, well, they help build bridges and, I don't know if we beat, but they helped fight in Vietnam. And I'm sure other wars as well. This poor thing, it's been shot at. You can see the bullet mark. It's signed on the inside, which is really kind of neat to think that this is a bulletproof trailer. However, the time has come. We got our lettering today. So, DIYlettering.com. I'm going to throw them a little shout out because, man, this is awesome. So you go on there and you design this. It took 5 minutes to design all this stuff. And it's awesome. So I'm going to put these big ones on the side, the number on the back. Like I said, the big ones are going to go across here. But on the back, I did one already. And it went on super, super easy. Really cool. And now we have that gold leaf lettering we're after. So let me kind of show you how this goes. What you want to do, you want to tape it across the top. And then you can peel it and hinge it. I'll show you what I mean when I set up this bottom one here. And you can measure all this stuff and pick your dimensions, pick your style, pick everything you want to do this. It took minutes to make this. It was really, really cool and kind of fun. So, like I said, I laid this out so it fits right on the back of what I need. It'll fit on the black part. Same with these big long letters. And I picked gold leaf, and I also picked the reflective gold leaf. So if you hit this at night with headlights, it's going to shine. And that should look pretty sharp up there. So, well, let me get this laid out, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, well, there you go. Now, what you need to do, you need to lay this out, tape this on. As you can see, I have my spacing across there, I have spacing there, spacing on the black on the top. Measured this out, laid it out, and tape it on the top, piece of cake. Now, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this right down the middle where we want this line to be with these doors. As you can see, I had to, you know, split a few of these letters. Just to be expected. Now, let's see, the O looks good there. I'm gonna hang as much as I can to this side. Kidding me? Okay, now what that did, that perfect spacing is now 2 separate sheets. Okay, so take our handy dandy little squeegee thing, and this was like 99 cents. So when you order this stuff, buy this too, because it really does help. And you know, we want this to be flat. Now, I've never done lettering before, and that came out absolutely perfect up there. Once it sits in the sun, it'll be even better. Make sure you clean your surface. You don't want any dust on it or it's not going to stick right. And if you have really big stuff, you can work with water on there and a little bit of dish detergent or soap so it can get the bubbles out and slide a little bit. And you can cut these individually if you just want to do one little piece at a time. I left this as a whole sheet. It worked really, really well because it's super easy. So let me show you what we're going to do. Now we're going to flip this up. And we're going to peel the back here. And you can see it's already starting to peel just like that. So, if we peel that and pull it and let it come down. Just like a Band-Aid, nice and easy. Now, take your squeegee and run over it. You can see it's pushing it on there really, really nicely. Now you know you got it all on there just perfect. And who cares if you wear this out? It was 99 cents. You know, you throw it out when you're done anyway. Okay, now don't worry about the groove here because we'll wrap that in a second. But once you know you have that on there, now, look at this. Here's where the magic happens. Now, excuse me. What I was doing is rubbing this as I was peeling it just to make sure that this was sticking really well because God forbid it comes up. Let me do that at the same time. How cool is that? Ta-da! Just like that. Piece of cake. Like I said, this was DIYlettering.com, and these are reflective gold leaf. And yeah, sure, you can't really see the black on the edge like here you can with against the red. Still super, super cool. Let's finish this up here. Peel it up. Find this. And there may be a better way to do this, but hey, I don't know. I've never done this before, and it's working absolutely perfectly. And it's going so smoothly and easily, I wouldn't change anything. And now when I'm all done with this, I will shoot another coat of clear on this and seal these letters in there, and it'll help really make this trailer pop. That's what it needs, is that final coat. And now, you just grab the end, and like I said, just rub this while you're doing it so you know you have your corners down, because if the corners of this start coming up, you're in big trouble. See what I mean? How the lettering's coming up there? So now what we want to do is go and just push on that with this just a little bit. We'll come back and wrap that in a second. Perhaps? Why don't you maybe?
All right, sweetheart.
Yeah, why don't I have my little helper here hold some of this? Make it a little easier. Ta-da! Oh, that's awesome. Now you have this back side with a little blade. Go through and you can push and wrap your letter right around there. Right where it needs to be. And then this thing even fits right in grooves, pushes, squeegees out whatever part you need to get any air out of there. I am thrilled. The fact that that's looking that good. Doesn't that look amazing? Bing!
Wow.
Yeah, wow is right. And I mean, it's not the cheapest thing in the world, but you know, if you want quality stuff and you want good stuff, you pay for it. And now it's done. And I'm sure people are gonna, you have no choice but to read this while you're following me down the road. And that's exactly what you're after. So, well, pretty cool. Now I just have to figure out how I want to lay out this side. Basically, I guess what I'll do is I'll measure from side to side, find my center point, top and bottom, and then I'll take and lay this out and mark my center points, top and bottom. So I know, okay, this is perfectly centered on my panel, and then I'll probably draw a line down the bottom, or at least measure up to the bottom edge of this. So many inches from this bottom edge and this bottom edge. I mean, if I use a level, it won't work because the trailer's not sitting level. So I have to go by the lines that are on the trailer itself. But here, why don't you hold this a second?
Honey, it looks so good.
Awesome. I want to see what this looks like when I put it on there. And the other trick is to lay this out a little bit. It comes all rolled up. So you want to lay it out a little so it has a chance to flatten itself. But yeah, that's... Whew. Boy, is that going to be perfect sitting on there. Oh, you know, this is the best part right there. Stunned.
Oh, that's going to be absolutely gorgeous.
It will. And all in gold leaf, it's going to look fancy and high-end and exactly what you want.
It's perfect.
And it's
even
reflective.
The sizing is so perfect.
It is. Because we laid it out and designed it.
Lay it out.
I mean,
yeah.
hold that edge.
Yep. Yep. And you have to measure it. And
Yeah, I mean, it was a piece of cake. I measured, okay, anything between 60 and 84 inches would work. And then I had for a height, anything from 12 to 18 inches would work. So I didn't want to hit this handle, and I didn't want to be too high up where you'd be on the curve. And I'd say we come down about 1 inch or 2. So it kind of keeps it flat, or maybe just like that. That's curved, that's on a curve. That looks awesome. Now I can't wait to lay this out and stick it. So as soon as I get this taped up, I'll show you this one as well. All right, well, my little helper here and here helped me lay this one out. So we have that perfect, it's centered nicely. The line is straight off of what we need here at the bottom. Gives enough room, I can get my hand in here without hitting all the lettering. So that's kind of perfect, right where it sits. I like it. Looks good, doesn't it? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this. But let me just see one thing really quick just to make sure.
Floppy bird.
We're off a little bit. We gotta fix that. All right, we were 1/4 inch off. We fixed it, just had to reposition the tape. Now it's dead on, it looks awesome. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut some lines in this, I think, to make it a little easier. We'll cut up here. And we'll cut here, and here, and here. Maybe even like that. So we can do each word at a time. Keep it kind of easy. Let's see. Okay, well, we cut this in different spots, and that'll make it easy to do this, then this, then this, then this, then this, I think. So that should help. So let's start with this one here. We'll peel this back, get to the hinge, start pulling it down. Okay. Uh-oh. It's stuck to it. Uh-oh. That's not good at all. I don't know what we're doing now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over this and make sure it sticks really well to the backing first. So it doesn't peel off like that, because that's not good. It started to peel our letter off of the main backing sheet. We don't want that to happen, or it's not going to work right, and you're never going to line that up later once you take this off. So let's see if we got it right now. Okay, I can see it just starting to come off. Looks like it's laying right. There we go, that's on where we want it. Now that we have that, oh, perfect. Now get rid of this. It's over that sheet. And that's kind of why you want to do this in sections, because you don't want to have this whole big thing in a fold like that in the middle of it, because it's going to screw everything up that you're trying to do. So once you know you have this pressed on really well, you can start to peel the magic back. It's like Christmas when you get to open a present. At least a good present. Something you've been working on. If you like this video, check it out. I'll give you a tour on this trailer. We have quite a few little videos on it because it's a unique trailer. Gets a lot of attention from everyone. I think this is off right here. I might have to peel that up and fix that one little bit because it shouldn't show.
Careful.
It's not showing right here either. It still wants to peel up. Got it. Now I got that to stick down. Just took a second.
Wow.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll take a knife and I'll lift this up. Let me do that right now before that gets a chance to set. Had that knife before it's back here. Let's see if we can do this. Get under it. Don't touch it with your fingers or you're going to mess up the glue. And all we got to do is just change where that's running to. Right there, good enough, I think. No, I don't like the way that looks. Right right, babe?
Yeah.
And make sure, you know, it's one thing if it touches the knife, it's a whole nother if it touches your finger. So we have that part good. Now we have it good. It's tricky to get this just where I want it. There, now it's covering that. What do you think, coming downward a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely don't like that. It's sticking up too high.
Yep.
And you could stretch them. I mean, they are vinyl. Right like that. That's what it should be. Or should this be down even further? But no, it can't because that was showing the silver part. Okay, so that's on there. Make sure it sticks. Make sure every edge is good. It's on there.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. All right.
Yeah.
Now, we can work on the next section. Rub it over. Make sure this is sticking very well so it doesn't do the same thing again as it starts to peel away. And we'll do this top one. I guess we'll do all of them in one shot, kind of, but we'll see how this goes. Alright, now, start just a little bit at a time. Work your way down because you don't want to kink it in the middle. Cool. Oh, this 99-cent squeegee. Worth every penny. Alright. I guess we can just keep right on going with this because that should, everything's in line where we need it to be. That's the cool part about laying this out on the computer. I'm going to get rid of this tab because it's just going to be in my way. Slightly intimidating, but it's actually rather soothing. Neat feeling. Just peel it slow so you know you get every letter just the way you want it to be. Oh, this looks cool. And this couldn't even be any easier to lay out. The fact that you don't have to mark all these once you measure it and just give them the numbers you want and put it in the computer. Gives you 100 different designs and fonts and style. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Shoot. Don't know how to fix that. Let's see. Damn. I don't want to lose that spot. I think I already did though. Okay, let's see if we can. Alright, I think I'm just going to follow this through, peel that, and then try to stick it afterwards. God, I hope I got it right and make it work. Oh, darn, there's an ES too. Okay, now I have to figure out how to set that, of course. Who knows how that's going to work. I hope it works right, because it's going to really stink if I get this wrong. Let's just get this one on there before we mess with it anymore. make sure you go slow. Like I said, I missed this little piece on there, and I don't know how the heck I'm going to pull this off. I think what I'll do is I'll cut this out, stick this on there. Actually, I have another piece I can stick right over it. This right here. So if I stick this right on there, some crap in the way here, that'll give me another surface to work off of. Just like that. So now this is back to it and stuck on it, and I'll cut that out and I'll lay that right where I need it to go. We'll make sure it sticks really well. Hopefully this works. I don't know, I've never done it, but we'll try. That'd be my guess rather than try to peel it and stick it any other way. So as long as these are coming out just the way we want them, it looks like it. Looks like there's a piece of something behind that. There is something behind that. I have to check that. Again, you want to use an X-Acto blade, a real sharp razor blade, and don't touch it with your fingers. Once you get your oils from your fingers, any sticker's ruined. You learn that the hard way when you're a kid. Never touch them. Cool. I think we got that one pretty good, other than that part, but that I should be able to fix. So we'll leave that. We'll come back and get this part.
Babe, I think it's your paint. Is it
I don't think
a paint.
No, I think there's
No?
something behind that, because
Huh.
the paint dips are in it. They're down. They're not
They
a
are.
bulge. That's what's making
Fair
me
enough,
think that.
yeah.
I mean, this thing had rust marks here and there. That's why you could see some of these paint marks. I don't know if you could pick that up on the camera. But you can only do so much work to a work trailer before, you know, you're just kind of, it's not a show trailer, it's a work trailer, and it's going to get abused and it's going to get beaten. We want it to look as nice as we can without being ridiculous. Now, make sure you catch me if I get any of these wrong and it starts to peel across again. Looking really good here. Yep, they're coming out just right. Wow. So soothing, and what a cool feeling to see that come together. Okay. So we'll touch that. Just make sure these are all down on the edges. Any little bubbles in there, you want to work them out. We'll come back. Now might be a good time to do this little eye while I'm thinking about it. So let's cut what we need. I think. Let's cut this whole eye right out of there. Now I'm just completely guessing how you do this. I think this is how I would, this is how I would do it, and this is how I'm gonna do it. So basically, I'm gonna peel this backer, and I'm gonna touch that right to it and go where I want it to go. But first, I really want to make sure this sticks to this, because I don't want to have that same issue. And the fact that I never touched any of this should work just fine. So let's see what we end up with here. Yup, it's working. There we go. The backer's coming off. Don't touch anything else. Touch the paper, but not the sticker. And we're going to try to line that up. What we're going to do, we're going to cut right to that edge. Now I can see exactly where I need that edge to go and get that coloring right. I think right there. We're going to go with it. Whether that's it or not, we're taking it. So, now we'll peel that up, cross our fingers, and hope that we didn't screw this up. And will you even be able to tell? You can't even tell. Look at that. That's awesome. So don't worry if you screw up. Just take your time. Don't panic. It worked by cutting these little sections. I had a piece to put over it to make this work and keep going. So cool. Let me just get a couple of these bubbles out of here. Make that work. Oh, I want to check this because something didn't seem right with this. It's a fold. Shoot, that's folded over on itself. I hate to say it, but if I try to undo this fold, it's not going to come out. It's going to get ripped and it's going to show color. Yeah, I don't think there's any way to get that. I think what we're going to do.
I don't think you can tell.
You might. It's missing this little swale on the S. Okay, now you can tell. And if you look really close, you can see how that was folded inside there. So I think we'll leave it, and what we'll do is we'll clear coat right over it and let it seal. And because if you mess with this, you're probably going to see a color line there, because something's not going to. It's like a band-aid. Once it touches itself, it's not the same. So we got that. We got that. Let's keep moving here and see if this works. So yell at me if I get any of this wrong as we're pulling this down. Alright. Of course the cat's gonna start crying now. What do you want? God, it does it at 5 o'clock in the morning and starts crying. Well, thanks for helping me there, hon.
Of course.
Yeah, it's a lot easier with you
Why
holding the
wouldn't I?
camera than me trying to do it. All right, I think I got that one all right. Now that I did, I'm going to cut this whole section right out of here so I don't have to mess around with it. Done. Oh. And I got the tab tips of those letters on there. Oh. Give it a good rub. You can't rub enough. Make sure this stuff is on there, because God forbid your little edges come off, because it mess up your whole day. LLC. You know, if you have a business, you should probably have an LLC or an S Corp or something. But it protects you from people suing you. Everybody's sue happy these days. I don't want your crap. It's working. It's working. Here we go. The magic moment right now. Ta-da.
Boom, bum, bum.
Bum, bum, bum. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been the plan. Oh, that looks like $1 million. I'd hire me. You know, you'd like to see this thing sitting outside your driveway working on your house or your property. You know darn well this guy, you know, he's going to do what that needs to be done for little touches and little details. It says quality. All right, well, we got this side on. Looks absolutely perfect. And we learned a couple things in the process. And we came back and we fixed the S. Basically, it was tucked in there. Like I said, use a razor blade. Do not touch the sticker with your fingers. And I was able to peel it back and make it right. It's done. It looks amazing. So proud of this. So, like and subscribe.